Hey everyone, welcome to the Shovel Knight Challenges! You might notice that a lot of them are, all of them, are done already. Yeah, some recording issues and issues with Premiere made it so I can't really do these blind. I really wanted to, and I did! In the first recording, and then that wouldn't work in Premiere, so I had to re-record it, but then I had an issue, and I scrapped that, so I'm actually fairly experienced in these. But there's 10 challenges here. And then there's more, but all those are boss rematches, and so I won't be showing those off. Because, again, they're just boss rematches, you just fight all the bosses again. They do make it fairly interesting in that they give you only a certain relic, like I believe with Tinker Knight they give you the alchemy coin, and you don't have the mobile gear, which would make Tinker Knight a joke. Well, besides for the Tinker Tank fight, but whatever. But otherwise, I mean, they're just boss rematches, and they're not worth showing. They are fun, but again, you just fight the bosses again under a certain, well, under a time limit for one, and then you're given a certain relic and a certain amount of HP and magic and whatever. And I think with Mole Knight, you're also given the Charge Blade. Not the Charge Blade, but the, oh no, you're given the Charge Blade, but you're also given the Dynamo Mail. I believe. So with that explained, now we can jump into the actual challenges, starting with Anchors Away. Which, this is actually one of my favorite ones, because it's just, brother, it's just rats! It's just a bunch of rats! And they're out for your blood! And my favorite thing is rats that want to kill me, apparently. And you just have to survive for, I think it was like 50 seconds, 60 seconds, something, against this onslaught of propeller rats, and that's about it for the challenge, but it's fun. Also, it features rats, so pretty much anything that features rats gets an immediate, +1 in my book. I have an affinity for rats. One, they're cute. Like, look at these things. They're adorable. They also look completely unaware of their situation. Like, they're just sort of hanging on these propellers like, I don't know why I'm here, but okay. Who made these? Did Tinker Knight make these? Like, because why? I mean, he has the other rats in his stage that have the gears on their back, so did he make the propeller ones as well? I mean, I would have to assume so. But still. Anyway, that was that one. So now we can move to Dirt Clod Dive, which this one's really cool as well. It introduces a mechanic that you'd never really think to use in bouncing off, one, these dirt clods to progress, and two, bouncing off the little blob of treasure. One, you have to bounce off the dirt clod. Dirt clod, shovel, fuck. Why can't I do it? I'm trying to think of how I'm doing this wrong. So I'm just gonna not think and, okay. Don't know why that worked. You have to jump off, one, the dirt clod, and two, the little sphere of treasure it lets out. Actually, a really interesting idea. No other point in the game makes you do that, which probably just would be kind of unfair for, something in the actual stage to do that, because the dirt cloud would go away, and you might not realize you have to do that. But I think it would be interesting to access some secrets or something in the main game, but sadly, I guess they hadn't thought of that until they started to make these challenges, which, by the way, were released alongside Plague of Shadows, and so there's also Plague Knight challenges. There's also a set of amiibo challenges, 10 of them, 5 of which are multiplayer and 5 of which are single player, and those those amiibo challenges are only available on the Wii U, Switch, and 3DS versions of the game. Although the multiplayer ones are still only available on the Wii U and Switch versions, because the 3DS has no multiplayer of any sort, so there's no multiplayer challenges. So only 5 amiibo challenges on the 3DS version of Shovel Knight, but otherwise 10. There's also Spectre Knight challenges, I'm pretty sure. I don't know why there wouldn't be, but I haven't actually beaten Spectre of Torment or even started to play it, so I actually can't confirm that there are, but I'm like almost positive there are. Also, this challenge, you just have to get up this area and you can't swing a shovel. That's about it. So here, you're supposed to bounce off these gears, I guess, to get across the spikes, but I tend to just like to get hit and take the iframes to get to the goal. That's about it. You also might notice at the end of every challenge, I'm getting these golden medals, or, well, I have these golden medals. There aren't different ranks to this, it is purely just the gold medal means you completed it. Okay, we can't swing a shovel in this one. This one we also just have to get to the top. This is probably the most boring one, to be honest with you, because it is just sort of wait for bubbles, and no one ever likes waiting for bubbles. I don't know what that means, but take that as you will. Good job, me. Just jump right into the bubble. I told you I don't like waiting for them, or no one likes waiting for them. That includes me. So we can just bounce on this thing called a Wing Drake forever. I don't know the names of Shovel Knight enemies. I probably should. But, oh, Jesus! I bounced into a bubble above fate that almost led to death. I was about to say worse than death, but it almost led to death, so. It could have been. Well, actually, death would have been better then? I don't know. I guess hitting the bubble is worse than dying. I mean, getting bubbles. Juice? What is it called? Just bubble liquid in your eye? Oh shit. Oh, please, bubbles, rise. Rise, bubbles, please, faster. Okay, we're good. That was close. Now we need more bubbles, though. This is a very bad situation, frankly. Get out of the way. Okay, we just need more bubbles. I think the screen stopped scrolling at this point, so we should be good. Yes, okay, that was close, but okay, we just need to bounce over the shocking jellyfish, and that's it. We're greeted by a party of bubbles for our success. So that could have gone much worse, but I'm surprised it worked out as well as it did. Dagger Dash, so pretty much anything to do with the propeller dagger, I'm a fan of, and I actually really like this challenge as well. We just need to kind of dash along here to, okay, gotta be careful, for one. To avoid these lava droppers. Again, I don't know if these things have a specific name, but that's what I'm calling them. And then we have the book from King Knight stage that we need to activate to dash along here. Ooh, that was close. Okay, we could activate that third book, but really I don't need to. Actually, there were more books there that would have protected us, but whatever. We made it regardless, so it's not a huge deal. Alright. Extendo Retracto. Ooh, this one's interesting. It brings up a thing with the phase lock I've never really considered. I don't know if I mentioned in the LP. I recorded that, you know, like 2-3 years ago now, so I can't remember what I brought up. But that when you use the phase lock, you actually pause for a little bit in midair like that. So you can use it to, like if I didn't time my jump well there, I could have used it to hang in the air for a little bit while the platforms came out. It's an interesting idea. Also, we have to jump off the dirt clod here. Kind of brings that mechanic back from another challenge, which I like. So, yeah. So I should probably go at some point here, right? Yeah, there we go. We actually don't need the face lock. Ooh, this one's hard, though. Gotta hang here. There we go. Oh, Jesus! I mean, I had the phase lock, so I was okay, but I probably could have been crushed. I actually don't know if you can be crushed with the phase lock. I'm not about to test it. Jesus Christ, okay. Alright, Dragon Chase Race. Oh, they're called dive drakes. Whatever. I guess because they dive, you know, some stupid reason like that. I'm surprised we can make that jump. Anyway, yeah, we just gotta bounce on this dive drake throughout the level. Kind of like the bubble one in terms of how exciting it is, to be honest with you. But at least there's points like this where we have to jump off. You know what this reminds me of? Is Sky Chase Zone in Sonic 2. And I guess Sonic 4 Episode 2 to a degree. I can't even remember if that was called Sky Chase Zone because I haven't played Sonic 4 Episode 2 in a long time. But Sonic 4 Episode 2 specifically actually also had these those sections where you did have to get up on land to do something, to avoid an enemy or whatever, and Tails was just kind of fuck off for a while, I guess. So, kind of reminds me of that. Except you actually have to like bounce actively on the Drake instead of just letting Tails do all the work because Sonic's a lazy asshole. So now this is going to start throwing more of these little dragon dudes at us. We can actually do this, and now we realize don't have to worry about anything for the rest of the level. Because there shouldn't be any enemies that come up here, and the only enemies that otherwise would have been there were ones that were to get us up to this Wing Drake before, Dive Drake, whatever. And that's about it for that challenge. It's kind of fun, but ultimately fairly uninteresting. Now we get Birder Herder. Oh god, I always forget this one. I always forget it. It's the worst one. We have to collect all this treasure from the four corners while avoiding these birds. And they're very fast and difficult to avoid, especially if you're bad at video games like I am. So I have a plan. I didn't follow it. My plan is actually to go right first, and I didn't do that. And then I just sort of stood there and died for some reason. That was a bad idea. Okay, well this has gone well. Let's go upright, because there shouldn't be any... There should be a bird immediately proving me wrong that there's not going to be a bird going there. I don't know how I survived that. Quick, just get this treasure and get the fuck out. Go! Okay. That was a lot easier than I made it out to be. But it is actually pretty difficult your first time, because it's hard to get a plan or path down. Slowly way through the gear onslaught. Yep, we just have to... Oh, fuck, this one. This one always gives me trouble no matter how much I've played it. Because you just have to bounce on these gears towards the exit. It's auto-scrolling. And there's a lot of times where you have to bounce on a gear when it doesn't look like you should be able to be honest. Like there's some very, very close bounce calls in this, which is a sentence I don't even know what that means. But I said it, so I guess I just have to go with it and let you guys figure it out. Yeah, like there, it doesn't look like I should have been able to bounce off of that. Same with that, but, you know, it works out, apparently, most of the time, sometimes. Here, we just have to wait for this to be low enough to actually bounce to that without getting impaled by the spikes. And now we're gonna start having these Medusa missiles flying at us. We just have to watch out for those allengside having to bounce on gears. It's really annoying. Luckily, we can actually bounce off the missiles as well, which can alleviate some headache. Alleviate's not a word. Some headache from having to use the gears specifically, and actually now it's just more about avoiding gears than it is actually bouncing off of them. Okay. We're good. I'm surprised I did that on my first try, because usually that takes me a few tries regardless. Alright. And now last one. Unarmed Ascent. Climb to the top without swinging the shovel. This one's a bit of a puzzle solver, to be honest with you, because you kind of have to figure out one, the timing of when you should go, because you cannot get hit. If you get hit once, you're dead. So here, I just like to go in between these and then jump. Not jump, but climb up then. Here, I just like to run, because that guy won't fire for a little bit. I like to get into this alcove. Okay, wait. Trigger this. Okay, seriously? I'm like right below it. Okay, fucking! I walked. Let's try that again, shall we? I like to just run to this alcove, trigger that, and then just climb and hope for the best. Usually I make it, but it's very close. Here, immediately get below the third platform. You'll be safe from both the Griffin's flames and the snowman dude up there. And then you just have to wait for a good time to go when you can jump to the ladder and also avoid being burned to death. This looks good. And then immediately... Okay, do this again. Third platform. You're safe on the second part, on the second platform there, on the right of it, right, but that one there. From everything up top. But you just really need a good time to go. I'm just gonna wait here. Okay, there we go. That's how you do it. And now we're just gonna wait here for both the Griffin and the Snowball. Bad time. Okay, whatever. We're fine. Whew. And by the way, you can't attack during the whole thing. I feel like that might have been obvious because I wasn't doing it, but yeah. Alright, that's all the challenges. Yeah, sorry I couldn't do them blind. But honestly, it's not really my fault. The first time is I recorded it, went fine. I recorded with Shadowplay, NVIDIA Shadowplay. That records in something called a variable frame rate, which means Adobe Premiere, it will continuously desync as it goes through. Luckily, I've dealt with that before. I used to record a Shadowplay for everything, my whole Life is Strange playthrough. And I just simply converted it to a constant frame rate, and it was fine. Suddenly, that doesn't work anymore for some reason, and I don't know why. I tried so many fixes. I tried uploading it to YouTube, downloading that video, and bringing it into Premiere. Still desynced. Don't know why. So, I just re-recorded it. That one just OBS didn't record it for some reason. I don't know why. I made sure it started recording, stopped recording, whatever. It just didn't work. I had the audio fine. No video. I checked every folder it might have popped it up, and nothing. So I don't know what happened to that one. Hopefully this one goes, because I'm really sick of trying to record these over and over and over again. I really, really hope this one works. Anyway, that's enough nerd stuff recording talk for today. Next up is the amiibo challenges, which I've done the single player ones and the multiplayer ones. And then we'll cover Shovel Knight's Plague of Shadows, which I have promised to do for a very long time and just sort of haven't. We're finally doing it. Then we can cover the Plague Knight challenges, and at some point, hopefully not in 3 years, we'll cover Spectre of Torment. Hopefully before King Knight campaign comes out. So we'll be done with everything Shovel Knight before the final campaign. Hopefully. Regardless, that's it for Plague of... That's it for Plague of Shadows. That's it for the Shovel Knight challenges. Hope you enjoyed. See you in the amiibo challenges.